what? You should go buy a Murloc Gravy Pot.
I'm going to go buy one tonight.
Yeah. I have more Hearthstone swag than could possibly be imagined. Then this set. Don't have the Murloc Knight, though. But, you know.
That's a tough one to get.
That's a custom-made artifact. All right, we'll jump into game number 1 here. Ohio State's going to throw out the Mech Mage, and Illinois is going to throw out the Hunter. Mid-range looks to be.
Yep. King's Alex seems to be finding their way into a lot of these builds lately. The thing we haven't seen, though, is King's Alex actually winning these jousts. You know, kind of unfortunate. When it wins the joust, it's very powerful, but otherwise, just a 3-2.
Yeah. I wonder what the guy on the left is on Ohio State. What's his costume?
I don't think he's in costume. That's what I think.
What was his major? Was it something like biology? Did he just come from a lab or something? Maybe we get confirmation on what his costume's actually supposed to be.
Computer science is his major.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. No, I completely am wrong about that. It was, I don't know, maybe I'm going to stop talking before I dig myself a giant grave. Flare is an interesting card that's in these Hunter decks, and this is a very big nod to Secret Paladins. You know, oftentimes Mysterious Challenger, the secrets that are there present too big of a problem to deal with. Yeah. But say the Hunter is able to flare those away and then maybe have a Hunter's Mark to deal with the Mysterious Challenger, that could be the swing they need to climb back into the game. So at times you will see one copy of this creep into these builds. But a lot of players still think that at 2 mana, it's still too heavy of a card versus what you expect to face the rest of the time to be able to include it. And so this is one of those good old-fashioned battles where it's going to be minion for minion, stat for stat, and then find out who comes out on top. And taking a look at these hands, looks like Ohio State has just got more minions at this point. So I tend to say that they're probably pretty favored here.
Still going to be tough. Both of these decks are susceptible to running out of resources. So when it comes to that point, it's about who can get the most out of their cards or who can get the most out of the top of their deck.
Yeah, all that stuff definitely does matter. But what I'm looking at is Illinois potentially not being able to actually
fight back,
answer all the mechs at this point.
Yeah.
And so Ohio State's just going to get a very clean Goblin Blast Mage turn. And that's the scary part of it, is if that card manages to pick off your board, I mean, that's the swing. You know, that's the one you're looking for. So Ohio State still going to have to balance these attacks a little bit, make sure they're making the right ones. But with the Spire Attack back behind this, it looks like so far they're the ones getting the better of this early game.
Yeah, it's very true. This Mad Scientist could, turn this game a little bit around. Brings out like an explosive trap that fights well back on the board. Sometimes Freezing Trap can actually be bad in this matchup.
Yeah. Here's the other thing, too. So Ohio State may choose to not trade here. I mean, they are in the lead on board, and Illinois doesn't have massively favorable trades at this point. This is an extra 3 points of damage.
Hit him in the face.
Which is, in terms of the race, that could end up being a lot in the later stages of the game. I'm very surprised by that attack, though.
Whoa. Yeah, that one's weird. This sets up some pretty nice trades here. Of course, actually, this sets up a board clear with the kill command.
I don't know if kill command is the right play here, though.
Taking control of the board, though, getting rid of that mech synergy has some merits.
It definitely does, but how long can you control that? You know, are you delaying the inevitable when you make that decision? You know, ideally in this spot, I think they'd like to get the other Mad Scientist out and maybe even pick up the extra card off the flare right away. You know, they're not the ones ahead in the damage lead right now. And, you know, they really want to get this Eagle Horn Bow active, too. So, you know, seeing them not trade into the Snow Chugger would be a little bit surprising, but this is really the decision they have, is what they add afterwards. And I think I like going for the extra pressure and then digging one card deeper into your deck. And again, the 2 damage is fairly inconsequential, but they're going to save it and say Mirror Entity is a card that will appear in Mage decks. They want to hang on to it in case that situation comes up.
Yeah. Thing is, going into turn 4, now they're vulnerable to the Goblin Blast Mage.
Hey, not too shabby on the Blast Mage there. Illinois certainly far behind at this point. And what secret that is really going to spell the difference in this game.
Freezing. Pretty standard.
So with Eagle Horn Bow coupled with this, you know, they're going to take a lot of damage here. But it looks like they're going to come out on top in terms of actual board position. The Freezing Trap is going to check the remaining minion. Yeah. And then they'll start getting extra charges in the Eagle Horn Bow. So maybe with that little bit of tempo, they can turn this game back around.
Yeah, Hunters can push out damage pretty quickly once it gets to those later turns. A lot of burn spells, kill command already in the hand, so It's going to be whether or not Ohio State can refill the board, which they can.
Plus, is there a second trap in this deck? I mean, that could make a big difference. You know, say they're only running 2 copies of Freezing. It's you know, the Mad Scientist suddenly isn't looking very good, and that's exactly what the case is. It's 1 or 2 Freezing traps in this build.
Yeah.
So no benefit from the second Death Rattle. But they do end up with the Knife Juggler. They will get the extra charge. The problem is, going into turn 6, they don't have a big minion in their hand to play.
Yeah. I mean, off the top would be pretty good. Anything that's just reasonably sized would be good to play. Even something like an Animal Companion, you could fit in a Hero Power or a Piloted Shredder. Just something. Something that's not a utility card is all they want for the next turn.
So there goes the trap, and once they see it's freezing, I think that Lotheb is pretty much the most likely one here. You know, you shut off the potential for a small beast and kill command. Hunter's Mark is going to be very difficult to play at this point. Even adding, you know, when you see the Mad Scientist not get the other trap, you might think it's in hand.
Yeah. Now Illinois really needs a creature to play. That's pretty good.
Hey, I'll take it. One Lotheb deserves another.
Now the thing is, they're actually getting pretty low. So they leave this Lotheb up, or they kill it. They're sitting at 12 health next turn. Double fireball, or 2 fireballs at any point in the game ends it.
It's definitely true, but I don't think they have the liberty to play around at this point. I think they're going to have to start making their own push.
Yeah.
And
well, there's not even a way that they can play around.
Right, exactly. I mean, this is just a situation that you find yourself in sometimes is you have to posture aggressively right back and hope that your opponent blinks. Ohio State has a hand right now. You know, it may blink at this point. They have the fireball, but none of their minions are board impacting right now. They all need a turn to get going.
Paladin Shredded. Really, they just need to hit face with like 2 creatures. So let's look at how much damage Illinois actually has. They have 8 on the board. 11 with the Eagle Horn Bow. With a Beast, Kill Command will be 16. So they're pretty close. But I can imagine, we'll see what Ohio State decides to do with this Lotheb.
I mean, this is the big turn. Like, are they going to be the ones who blink? You know, they are going to be the blinking player at this point, but they have a solid enough board position that I think this might be the right play.
Sort of getting the value trade out of that.
Yeah, and so now with that flare still sitting in hand, very unlikely. Oh, but that Huffer's going to go ham hocks.
It's still not enough damage though.
I mean, that's an angry 4-2.
He's not as angry as the Polymorph Boar.
That's bitter chips, is what that guy is.
Yeah.
He's ready to go. But once again, Illinois, they do have to weigh how much damage output is potential inside of Ohio State. I mean, maybe they do have to trade in this scenario. Maybe they have to expend the kill command. 9, 10, 11.
The kill command is just such an... I mean, you're wasting so much damage with that kill command. You're throwing it into something with 3 health or something with 2 health. Best case scenario.
And that's what they're talking about right now is you know, how they trade, if they trade, what they're trading.
I mean, they can kill the Mad Scientist, flare it.
Yeah, they have to at least kill something, or they're going to be dead on board. So they're going to go with a very defensive maneuver here and flare away that mirror entity. So Ohio State, they have hero power to start taking care of these 1 health minions that are left on board.
Well played.
Well played.
But not a lot of real action to add behind this. I mean, you're not going to play the Archmage here.
Probably just Spider Tank, as weird as it seems. I think you just need that mech synergy on the board. What else are you going to do? You know, Tinkertown and Cogmaster's like the same amount of power.
Yeah, so Illinois has managed to chip this board position down to, you know, I would say maybe even a mildly favorable position. This next draw really going to determine a lot. They have the Knife Juggler and another Eagle Horn Bow. That's 6 more points of damage. So now they're getting somewhere.
They're still a pretty long ways off.
Well, so is Ohio State, though.
Yeah, that's true. So let's see. If they just do the maximum amount of damage, this turn they'll do 7. With the kill command, they could do 12. Next turn, they would have 5. So that'd be 17 damage over the course of the next 2 turns.
It looks like they're weighing the option of protecting this Knife Juggler with the kill command.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, it's not worth it. I think this extra 5 damage is going to be your push. So they're going to direct everything straight to the dome. And now Ohio State suddenly, they have to be defensive here because this game could very easily end if they don't choose to attack minions in the spot.
The thing is, they're not guaranteed a beast anymore to activate that kill command. So
it's true. I think what they really need, though, is time. You know, given enough time, this deck is going to put together the damage. Are they going to have time, though? I mean, now they're facing down a piloted Sky Golem.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking at lethal next turn from a fireball.
Yep,
9 plus the 6
15.
damage.
Yep. Second kill command, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or 11 damage here. Yeah, they needed that beast.
Yeah. If they had used kill command last turn and had woven in the hero power, that would be lethal.
You wouldn't have been able to play the knife juggler then, though.
Does it matter? No.
There's 3 to face. And I think they're going to have to risk dying here. I don't think they can afford to kill command this 3-1 given their position. They're not going to either. And that's going to seal it up. Ohio State fist pumps after that one. What a nail biter that one was. You are never out of it if you're playing Hunter. You always have those big reach potentials. But Ohio State's got them as well. It's 1-0 lead.
It's tough that you see a Hunter lose with both kill commands in their hand. So